Welcome to the live coverage of the fourth day's play in the third test between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. The NIB Bank presents Cool and Cool Cup 2013-2014. A very good morning to all of you. Sri Lanka won the toss, batting first, really did work hard to get to 428 for 9. Debutant Dilruwan Pereira 95 and Angelo Matthews again getting himself out in 91. The wicket shared Talha, the standout of the Pakistani bowlers. A great day's play yesterday with Pakistan making the move, trying to up that rate. Shahzad maiden test century and an outstanding knock it was. But today, it's all up to Misbah. He's still there. Pakistan trail by 137 runs. Good morning, Wakarinus.
Good morning, Russell. Good morning, viewers. I think here's an opportunity for the Sri Lankan to make it 2-0. Yesterday, Pakistan losing 2 wickets in the last 10-15 minutes. Hopefully, made them think that they can win this Test match. Before that, it was all Sri Lanka being a little negative. They've been just playing mind games and asking Pakistan to make a move instead of they're looking to win the Test match. But yeah, it's a new day. New ball is due. Not sure what Angelo Matthews will be thinking. But if it's me, I'll take a new ball and try to get rid of these Pakistani tail-enders quickly as possible and try to win this Test match. Misbah is also got to make sure that Abdur Rahman stays positive, because the fielders have come in. There are a lot more gaps, there are a lot more opportunities there to hit through the line or go through the gap, and Abdur Rahman is capable of hitting the ball. So be positive.
Slip in a gully, third man. Point extra cover and mid off the field for Abdur Rahman, and if the trend continues, extra fielder on the offside, because that's the only angle Iranga and Lakmal have been able to create with that reverse swing. Taken. So early wicket for Sri Lanka, and that angle working.
Great length, great line, great length. Just the ball moving away from Abdur Rahman. Just had the feel of it. Just hanged his bat out. Good delivery, good reverse delivery. Little tickle. And Prasanna Jayawardene is having a great series. Ranga picking up his third wicket of this inning. Abdur Rahman gone early, gone for 2, is 294 for 7.
And it's a crucial wicket because Abdur Rahman, he can use the long handle, and so can this man, Mohammad Talha.
How good was that delivery? Someone coming in knew this delivery is very lethal. Right in the block hole. Talha just brought his bat in time. But watch that. This is a beautiful delivery. Just angled away. Abdur Rahman had no chance. He just sort of hanged his bat out.
It's pitching in line with the stumps. So you can understand that he's trying to cover the line and he's new at the crease.
Well, they're not comfortable at the moment. They need some runs. And if they don't get runs, it doesn't matter what sort of runs Sri Lanka give it to them, because it's going to be hard. Fourth inning on this pitch is going to be tough. Pakistan need runs to bring this lead down. 129 at the moment. They're probably looking for another 60-70 runs more to get that lead down to maybe 60. That's the maximum you can do, and then hope that the Pakistani bowlers go out there and bowl them out quickly, under 150, and then maybe chasing 200. So I'm just talking as it is, but at the moment, Sri Lanka, of course, they're playing mind games. They just push their fielder back for misbar. They want to just go deep in the game and ask Pakistan to make mistakes rather than them making mistakes.
The misbar needs to be helped out. 300 up for Pakistan, because with the fields spread as deep as this, taking a risk is not an option for misbar till that lead is down to about 80. The fielders do come up for the other batsmen, so someone has to step up and probably play the best innings he has so far. That's what can change this game in Pakistan's favour. Now, the more the lead is for Sri Lanka, the pressure is less when they go on to bat. But if that lead is less, then the pressure is on, because they have to bat well to get 150, 200. Pretty straight. Yes, Kettleborough thinks so as well. Talha's foot went nowhere, just looked to play lazily.
Excellent bowling. I think it was very smart bowling. He set Talha up. He bowled him a couple of outswingers. One went in the slip also, which sort of rolled to the slip. And then he came out with that lovely in-swinger. The good length. Landed in the right area, just the right spot where you need on this. And his bat got stuck just behind the pad, hit him right in the line of the stumps. This is going to go on and hit the leg stump maybe. Yes, that's on field call. So that's gone. Pakistan losing another wicket here. So it's wrapping up very quickly for the Sri Lankans. 300 for 8, Pakistan.
Said Ajmal makes his way to the non-strikers end. The last ball of last over. Shamin Deranga was able to price out Mohammad Talha. Well, he's a street fighter. You can bet that he'll try to hang around and help Misbah on his way. Yeah, bringing up the discussion of negative bowling. It's not happy. Think it's time to the stump mic. The level should be reduced.
He's not happy. He's very annoyed with Rangana Herath. Look at that. And I think that's what he said. Should I put the stumps there?
Has a go and clears it with ease. Misbah ul Haq. Outstanding shot. Takes him to 49.
Yeah, he had enough. It was a matter of time when he was going to go after this. A bit too close to him and in his zone. He loves that shot. He likes it there. Slog sweep. Big one.
If that's the option he's left with, he's got the power to do it, Misbah ul Haq. 2 sixers and a 4 in his innings.
I think the kind of mode Misbah is in, I think if you bowl normally with this field, you'll look to pick up wicket. But if you bowl leg-sided or negative, he's not going to hit it unless it is in his zone. But if you bowl normally with this pitch turning a little bit, you've got a more chance of asking him hit in the air.
Gets to 50 of 86 balls, Misbah ul Haq. It's been hard work with the field Sri Lanka have set and the lines they bowled, but he's had answers. The Pakistan captain seems to have answers for everything.
Quite a good knock, actually, when he came in and he was the one who moved the run rate. He's asked Ahmed Shahzad also to keep pushing the ball in the gaps and look for runs, and that's a very positive knock from him.
And also, Waqar, in the past, in your time, your pace attack was Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus. Your fourth bowler probably was a Shoaib Akhtar. So that's an attack which will be building pressure all the time and has a lot more skill. So they can only play attacking cricket. 310 for 8.
7 stump.
Herath 3 wickets for 102. 4 for Eranga, who's bowled really well. Reversed the old ball. It's been a long stint for Herath in his 36th over. Once again, no one near the bat.
No one in sight of the batsman, actually. The batsman will have to look around. There's, well, let's go across if possible to deep fine leg, deep backward square leg, deep squarish mid wicket, deep mid wicket, and a long on. Those are the 5 men on marking the boundary line on the on.
Should be another 6. Yes, it is. Well, he feels that he stopped that ball from going over the line for a 6, but this will be reviewed by the third umpire. I think he's done well. If that's a save, that's one hell of a save. Because he was airborne as he was trying to catch the ball. Now, while throwing the ball back into play, did that hit the rope or not? It's not a 6. Amazing piece of fielding then. Incredible. And let's not forget, he's just finished an over. But had the presence of mind first to go after that high ball from Misbah. Then to haul it in, controlled it so well. We've got to have another look at that brilliant piece of fielding. And that seems to be happening more often these days. Misbah this time goes all along the ground and he's not interested in rotating the strike. There have been examples of long off, throwing the ball to long on. This is that wonderful effort from Eranga. This is absolutely stunning. That's a dramatic hit. No need to run for that one, Misbah ul Haq. No need to say no wait, because that's done the distance. Massive straight 6 from Misbah ul Haq. When he hits, they stay hit, making room, and in his range and grand follow through. Saw that ball sail over long off.
Good footwork, solid, muscular person, timed it well, and it went all the way to the over the fence for 6. Lovely shot. Now the fielders coming in.
Now then, the scenario shifts. Misbah ul Haq is now eyeing the boundary once again. He's got to. Mahela is arguing with Angelo Matthews, maybe with the Ranganahara, just suggesting a couple of things. Just trying to block Misbah's strength on the leg side. Now the fielder has been asked to come in. It's Lakmal who went back, is now been posted next to the leg umpire. Here we go then. Misbah ul Haq is on strike. He makes room and Ranganahara balls a Yorker. Misbah ul Haq will make his ground. Now this is good batting from Misbah. Got a great response from Saeed Ajmal. In fact, he forced him into that run. So Misbah has the strike. 328, 2 for 8. Very good partnership between Misbah and Ajmal. Look at the contribution of the captain. Not only with the bat, but in the partnerships column, he's stolen march on everybody else. 325 for 8. Partnership of 25.
The contribution of Ajmal is that he's been there.
He goes big. Will this be taken? And he's gone. Caught. Chandimal takes a good running catch and Misbah's knock comes to an end. Attempting a slog sweep. And so he is dismissed. He's looking at the pitch. But it really was a selfless, a real captain's gem from Misbah. He took a big risk. This didn't come off the middle of the bat and knew straight away that he was in a lot of problem. Chandimal steadied himself, took a good catch. But Misbah, well, he did his job. I should be proud of this knock. Gone after scoring 63, 325 for 9.
So eventually Misbah Haq losing his wicket to Rangana Herath. What a slog. That's gone miles. Junaid facing his first delivery and he tonked it over the top. What a beautiful hit. I was looking all over the place for that ball. Where is that disappeared? Wow.
So any of those fielders on the line certainly couldn't have stopped that. That went miles, slogged it and hit the meat of the bat.
That's something really new I've seen from Junaid. Normally struggles to put bat on ball, and look at that. That is a mega hit.
First ball, his first 6 in Test cricket, and he certainly has come in to enjoy himself, I would imagine. He with all his might, and that went really miles.
Okay, the new ball's taken. That last ball, 107 overs were bowled with that. We had a change of ball an over ago, but as Misbah went and Angelo Matthews decided to take a new one.
Unusual practices by the Sri Lankans, but it's worked for them. Another huge shot, but this time will it go over? Just puts his hand out and takes the face out of it, but unable to cling on to it.
Some seriously good fielding by the Sri Lankans. We saw earlier Ranga just pushing one back in saving 6 runs, and on that occasion that one was hit with some good timing and good job done by Dilruwan Pereira. Rangana Herath has moved all his fielders back on the boundary straight away. Pakistan trail less than 100 now, it's 95. Is it in the air? Yes, is it going to clear the field? Yes, it is. Another mega hit. Wow. Junaid has decided that he's going to show some big hits.
Yes, with the new ball, different sound, but the same result. Sailing over the fielders down in the deep.
These last few 6s might be handy for Pakistan. Against the spin. Not a bad shot. New ball, it's not going to spin much. Got the middle of the bat once again from Junaid. Coming it's been the most productive over of this match so far. 15 of it is 340 for 9.
Misbah really was the man who held it together initially, despite all the efforts of the Sri Lankans. And despite the men in the deep, he managed to clear them and nurse his partner.
That's a worrying sign for Pakistan. Those dark clouds coming over. Lights are on. And there's a forecast that we might have a rain this afternoon. So that's no good news for Pakistan. They could have done this this morning, Ranjit, because they were due the new ball this morning. They could have taken a new ball and attacked them rather than sitting back and playing waiting games. This is how Misbah Haq got caught in the deep. And straight away, Angelo Matthews decided that he's going to take a new ball.
Yes, when Misbah was caught down in the deep, no doubt the Sri Lankans would have felt that their intentions did work. But I think they probably would have done better by having a few catchers for Misbah. Apply a little bit more pressure on him in those early deliveries. Sri Rangan Herath has got misbah out 6 times in 11 matches, the most by a bowler. And Steyn, of course, 4 times.
Yeah, it was very negative to miss bowl Huck. He was looking to bowl those leg stump line, trying to exploit those rough areas. Eventually got him out, but miss by I feel had the better of him. Hit him away for a couple of times for sixes. Saw a little bit of swing in the last over, and that's prompted Angelo Matthews to run in the first slip. So he's got 2 slips in for Junaid with this overcast condition. The ball should swing a little bit more than usual.
This with the new ball, this is a good opportunity for Ranga to pick up his 5th wicket. He's got 4. He's bowled best for the Sri Lankans amongst the seamers in this series.
Early days for Junaid Khan.
Junaid Khan has not been afraid to try and throw his bat around. He's just too short of his 100 in Test cricket. Certainly has done way better than his average in this innings.
Come on.
The Sri Lankans too must be quite pleased with the fact that they've been able to pick up these wickets this morning.
End of the over, 3:41 for 9. Opportunity for both Ranga and Rangana Herath to pick up 5-wicket haul. There's only one available, so one can only do that. Pakistan trail by 87. I think they've done well since this morning. Once again, it's in the air, and Chandimal is the man, and he's taken it. That's the end of the innings. Junaid Khan was looking to go over the top and looking to clear that field, but couldn't really clear Chandimal, who grabbed it quite comfortably at the end.
That catch was coming, it was inevitable, and Chandimal down in the deep did well. In fact, it's a very, very good catch. So he swung at it with a lot of might, and Chandimal didn't really carry to him. It was dropping on him, but well taken in the end. So Herath picks up his 5th wicket, and the Sri Lankans have in fact completed their task this morning, with Pakistan all out for 341 and trailed by 87.
Pakistan versus Sri Lanka, 4th day game. Pakistan getting bowled out for 341. Sri Lanka lead of 87 in this first inning. Khurram Ahmed Shahzad played quite nicely to begin with. Khurram getting 50, Ahmed Shahzad getting a big 100, played quite nicely. And at the end, Misbah ul-Haq putting up a good show this morning. Only 14 overs were bowled. Pakistan lost 4 wickets in those 14 overs.
Yes, the Sri Lankan bowling had been tidy. It's the spin pace combination of Herath and Ranga that really finally got the successes. Of course, Lakmal and Dilwan too bowled creditably well. Herath ending up with 5 wickets for 125 in 38 overs. He's really been doing the bulk. And Ranga 4 for 60, another very good performance.
And this is how the wicket fell. This was the first one. Khurram Mansoor trying to flick one and got a faint edge. Review was taken. Went against Khurram Mansoor. And that's the first one. Khurram Manzoor getting out on 52. Azhar Ali taking a review once again. Couldn't understand why. Was trying to hit it really too hard. Ball drifted away. Not much spin, but easy, comfortable catch there by Angelo Matthews. No problem there. Then it was Yunus Khan. Beauty. That's a beauty. Getting edged down the leg side and walking away. Faint edge. Beautifully taken. Prasanna Jayawardene had a really good game. Not only this game, but the entire series with the bat, with the gloves. That one landed in the rough and got the under edge and onto the off stump.
Shafiq was the next to go. He was LBW to Aranga as he looked to play across the line on the onside and played the penalty. That again going for a review and ruled against him. Aranga picking up that wicket, and then Safras was caught behind. That was a superb delivery by Herat, which spun from around off stump, which was quite unexpected. A little flight, and then Rehman this morning, he went caught by Jayawardene, not making much of an impression. And Prasanna Jayawardene picking up another scalp. He's had a good day. Thala again playing across the line. He'll be down to Aranga. And wickets falling very quickly this morning.
Yeah, Pakistan lost 2 quick wickets, and then Misbah took the charge and tried to hit it over the top. Missed out on that occasion, and Chandimal in the deep was a good pair of hands and no mistake made. He actually took 2 of them. Straight after this, Junaid Khan looked to hit in a very similar direction. That's the one. And this was a bit more flatter. And the new ball carried to Chandimal and picked it up, the last wicket of Pakistan's. Safe pair of hands. Rangana Herat picking up his 5th wicket of the innings. So how's Pakistan gonna react now? They're 87 runs behind in the first inning. They need to come out very positive and try to pick up early wickets. We haven't seen in this series yet in the second innings that the wicket have come in cluster. So Pakistan need to push on and make sure that they pick up 1 or 2 wickets before lunch to put Sri Lanka in some sort of pressure.
Yes, I think still there's a lot of time left in this match, and we are now into the 4th day of this test match, so there's always the likelihood of the pitch, in fact, although slowly deteriorating. So Kaushal Silva, Sri Lanka's opener, he's had a wonderful series so far, 355 runs in his test career, averaging 32, but the stability, the temperament he's shown has been outstanding. And what Pakistan must be hoping for is for a few early wickets. Karunaratne too, early days for him in his test career as yet, 467 runs, 350s, again showing that he is gaining from the experience he's got so far and looking for a permanent position.
Junaid Khan will be starting his first over from the pavilion end. He's picked up 5 wicket hauls for 4th time in his short career of 16 games. So he's pretty used to picking wickets when it's really required. Sri Lanka's got to keep moving those runs, because if they go in a similar shell that they did yesterday or even this morning to just waste time or kill deliveries, Pakistan need one good spell from someone, maybe Saeed Ajmal, maybe Abdur Rahman, picking up 2 or 3 quick wickets and can really put Sri Lanka under pressure. They have to really keep going, keep scoring runs against Pakistan so they stay under pressure rather than Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka have got a sizable lead, so it's Junaid Khan on the pavilion end.
Little bit of swing, moving away from the left-hander. I think that last delivery will encourage Junaid, I'm sure.
Yes, Sri Lanka would be no doubt looking to try and play out till lunch, but just ensuring that they get runs at a reasonable pace and not lose any wickets, because I think the new ball is going to be Pakistan's key weapon, apart from Ajmal later on.
Oh, very edgy. Very edgy. He'll fetch 4, but he was not in control of that stroke.
Yes, it moved nicely, but again playing away from his body without a man down at third man. It didn't carry and escapes the cordon. There's always runs. Very good seam position.
Yeah, excellent seam position. I've not seen Junaid presenting such a good seam position in the past. He likes to bowl to the left-handers. He didn't have a bad series, Karunaratne. It's just that he's not really getting those big scores. Getting into the 30s. Oh, edge again. Those slip fielders got to come up a little bit. This one died at him. It's not going to carry. It's going to be a hard job in the slips. But that's the risk you got to take.
Oh, Junaid creating a few ripples in the Sri Lankan camp. Once again, an edge, didn't carry. But not at all confident looking the shot, just not carrying. Very tentative Karunaratne. Again, that I think at times happens when you're sort of looking to play defensive and not very much the way you know how to play.
Going down a little bit maybe.
Very well bowled, yeah, shabash.
This can happen to a fast bowler. When you see a little bit of swing, you get a little greedy and look to bowl from the middle of the stumps, from the line of the stumps. It's so key to stick to your plan, stick to that off-stump line. This one came back a little bit, but not enough to make the umpire think that he's going to go on and hit the stumps. Maybe high also a little bit. Yeah, just missing.
There's no doubt that Pakistan would be chasing wickets earlier on, because from the approach of Junaid, you know what the signals have been, that they would look to try and get Sri Lanka a few wickets down in this period before lunch, and then come back with all guns blazing.
It's not a bad over. One boundary in this. 4 without loss.
It's a delightful drive through the offside. Silva will get a boundary. What a good shot. Got to the pitch, and because the ball was being angled across and towards the slip cordon, it became an easy shot to execute square through the offside. Have a look at this one. Gloriously done.
Good stride in, using the pace of the ball. Now he's been having trouble on that line, but this was slightly fuller, and Kaushal Silva identifying that and making it count. Because we keep mentioning that Sri Lanka haven't won a series outside Sri Lanka against a major team in quite a while. So a blip here will put a dent to that as well. So a lot to lose for Sri Lanka, and Pakistan should try and work on those nerves.
13 without a wicket down. There's plenty of good averages for the Sri Lankan batsmen in this series. Angelo Matthews has been outstanding. 381 runs in 3 matches. Mahela Sangakkara amongst runs as well. Kaushal Silva, what a successful story has been. Not only with the bat, but in the field also. And Karunaratne has found some form as well. So overall, a very good report card. bowled him. That's the breakthrough that Pakistan were looking for. Trying to play the pull shot, and Mohammad Tala just a little too hot for Karuna Ratne. The ball zipping through, and batsman inside edging it onto the stump. So Pakistan says just tasted first success.
Yeah, they need something to go for them, Pakistan, and it does. Short ball sitting up really. The pitch slightly on the slow side. Threw it very quickly. Surprised. Relief from Mohammad Tala. Karunaratne gone for 8. It's 13 for 1.
So Sri Lanka, well, even though they lead by 100, but they'll be under a little bit of pressure. They've lost their opener. Karunaratne is gone. Kumar Sangakkara walks in, and what a player he's been for Sri Lanka. Over 10,500 test match runs. Look at that average. Outstanding. Tala has been so impressive on his comeback. Looking to hit it just a little too hard, and the face of the bat closing on the ball, and that was the reason why that ball thudded back into the stumps. It crashed the stumps because of the angle of Karunaratne's bat, and he usually has a close face because he's an onside player at times. He goes very acute with the angle, and Tala not rejoicing, just taking it in his run because that wicket fell because of batsman's folly.
Well, there was a deep square leg, and the attempt to play it down would have been because of that fielder in the deep. His preferred area is the leg side. Off the pads, very good, Dimut Karunaratne. The lowest partnership between these two in this series. Anything at the body, it's quick to work it onto the onside.
Glorious shot. No need to run for that one. Sanga's played a brilliant straight drive. So pleasing on the eye. In complete control, in position early to execute that flowing drive.
It was hit so hard. Kaushal Silva also had no time to react. Got the dive out. But look at that for timing. Right underneath the eyes. There's no better shot than the straight drive in terms of giving pleasure to the batsman.
The footwork was good because Tala had tried the bouncer ball and then followed it up with a fuller length. It didn't swing. The only swing came from Sanga's bat.
That's 4. Nice easy flick. We used to only have one player or one ex-player used to travel with us on the team. Intakhab Alam was the only man. He was the doctor, he was the physio, and he was manager, coach, everything. All the job used to be done by one man. Nowadays it's like 8 or 9 people going with the team, helping in a different ways, and of course they're helping their families also, and even at the academies, in the cricket board. It's very good to see that there are a lot of jobs available. People are not struggling anymore. But I feel sorry sometimes for people who have played maybe 25 years ago or 30 years ago, who don't really have jobs, or who struggled, probably not struggling now because they're in the administration in the cricket boards. But yeah, it's sometimes it feels good that players are getting involved in at this level.
It's again a challenge. Now, it's good for the past player to be involved because he has the experiences to draw upon. Yeah, he's looking to bowl a little too straight, Mohammad Talha. He's still operating with 2 slips. A leg slip and the first slip. Because the transition from player to coach is crucial. Sometimes it's easier to go out there and do it yourself than to tell another person what to do. So the coaches need to be, or the ex-player needs to take time to make that transition, because it can be very frustrating and can cause problems amongst the players as well, because the expectations, they are such. So communication also needs to come in. But if you do look around, the best of players sometimes do struggle to explain how they went about their skill, because it was so natural to them. So it's adjustments needed right along in different roles, and that's got to be identified, and some time needs to be given for certain people to settle into roles.
It comes with a time, because you spend time away from the game for a little while, and then you realize that what you see on television and see different players playing in a different ways, that's when you realize that if I have to go into coaching, how am I going to coach, say, Koshal Silva? Am I going to coach him the way I used to play? But that's not possible. I got to get into his shoes and his level to think the way he's thinking, and then try to communicate with him that what he's doing wrong or right, or praise him. Nowadays it's so important to appreciate players when they come back in the dressing room. It's not about criticizing or fixing their problem all the time, because it's a tough gig. It's very, very tough out there. They need someone to pamper them a little bit at times, and that's the coach's job. End of the over, 33 for 1. Mahela Javadne, Chandamal, Angelo Matthews, they're all in a very, very fine form.
Now Sangakkara, his favourite opposition is the Pakistanis, and he has not gone a single series against Pakistan without 100.
What
you know
are
what I'm trying to say.
Exactly, exactly. What are you trying to say here? Just say it, Russell.
Just the 250s this series.
So what we should expect him to get 100? Is that what you're saying? Come on, you got to fail some stage against us. You can't do that. That's ridiculous. Take that off. We don't want to see this.
But he's looking very determined, and from the moment he came in, he's been paying a lot of attention to his balance.
Oh, this is his last opportunity to get 100. If he wants to really prove that every time he goes out there to bat against Pakistan in a series, he gets 100. He's got heaps of time. Time is no issue.
He likes to be the best. Even his father, not too long ago, in an interview, did say that he's trying to push him to be like Bradman, or not sure of the exact words, but he's disappointed that Sangakkara is not in that level.
Yes, lovely bowling.
So high standards are set. And yes, he's got an opportunity here. You figure out the rest.
He must have been under a lot of pressure all his life, especially from his father, from the selectors, from the management, being a captain also. I mean, oh, that's what he was looking for. He was wanted Sangakkara to drive. End of the over, 33 for 1.
Just 18 runs in this session. It's a quiet one. Pakistan looking for another victim. Need quick wickets, Pakistan, or regular wickets. That's a good line to Sangakkara. He's trying to get that ball pitched into that rough, and for Sangakkara to drive. At times the ball will spin a yard, at times it'll just skid on. That's the hazards that the left-handers usually have got to guard against, or are put against.
Just reading some of the quotes by Sangakkara at the press conference last evening. he had indicated the fact that the footmarks made by the bowlers would be some sort of worry, and they expect to turn there. So if that really is his thought, I'm sure he has a few worries, and he's quite tentative when he's lunging up there.
Catch it is the call. This should be taken, and Sangha is removed. This is a major success for Abdur Rahman in Pakistan. We all know how Sangha can bat, especially in crisis situation. Khurram Manzoor took his time and took a good catch. It was an important catch to be taken. Sangakkara obviously is not happy. He's kind of gutted, and he should be. I think the rough around that off stump got to him in the end.
Yes, I think he had been tentative right throughout, and sort of lunging forward, being tentative, and this time took his chances, went for that shot, and just couldn't keep that sweep down and hit it a little too hard. He's been doing that quite often, and this is a big wicket. He goes for 8, and Sri Lanka 37 for 2.
Mahela is in. And even though Sri Lanka have got a lead of 124, but 37 for 2 will test Mahela's temperament. He's done it many a times for Sri Lanka. Terrific career. And a man for crisis. Strong appeal, and Rahman will not get any kind of response from the umpire because it was going down the leg side. There's enough doubt there. You could call it pressure tactics, but Pakistan well within its rights to really to pressurize the newcomer. Strong appeal, yeah, going down the leg side.
Is Pakistan getting better on the ORS now? They've sort of a bit more thoughtful. Another rap on the pad.
What's going on, man? What's going on, boys? Come on.
Original decision was not out. Impact on field call because the ball would have gone on to miss the stumps down the leg side and by a fair margin. So Mahela was never under any kind of threat when Abdur Rahman produced that animated effort. Good over. It's a wicket maiden from Rahman. 37 for 2. Silva is holding his own once again with the bat on 21. He's lost Karunaratne and Sangakkara for 8. Chandimal Matthews, Prasanna Jayawardene to come. Then it's Pereira also, who batted so well on his debut in the first innings. So Sri Lanka still have got a lot of batting options. That's gone. Slice past man at point. Beautifully timed by Silva. He may be shot, but how well he controlled that rising delivery from Thala. It really was well done.
Yes, to some extent, he does get inconvenience when the ball is short. Of that occasion, just that lesser bounce, he was able to steer it past that gully region. A very thinking cricketer, Kaushal Silva, just works his game out and plays very much within his limits, and that really has accounted for his success.
Sharjah Cricket Ground's skyline has changed quite dramatically. Quite a few new buildings have cropped up just next to the cricket stadium.
Sorry. Moving.
This facility also didn't have lights, but I think lights were installed about 6-7 years back.
He certainly has some wonderful memories of one-day cricket in those early days.
Most
So Sharjah Cricket Stadium, we all know, holds the record for the highest number of ODIs, 215. And
It's a Guinness Book of World Record. Most one-day internationals held at a particular centre. 215 ODIs at the historic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It was a pleasure being part of history with some great matches here, especially against India in late 80s, early 90s, including the famous last ball 6 of Javed Miadad.
Did you play in that game, Remy?
Yes, I did. And we were losing that game. It started at 9. We were losing that game from 10 past 9 to 5 to 5. And we won it exactly at 2 past 5. Incredible turnaround. An incredible turnaround life of Javed Miadad. Also, he became extremely rich, like a sheikh, because people absolutely showered so many presents on him that he didn't know what to do with it. We were mere passengers whenever we were invited to a party, and those parties that were held were obviously to host Miadad. That's a beautiful shot. He's a touch player. Just a mere caress, and that ball kissed the fence in no time.
Yes, it's only Mahela Jayawardene that could play shots like that. Sort of, the timing was exquisite. You could see that using the pace, and he played it square, and that's really what is special. You have players playing shots like that, fine, but Mahela does play it square, and is able to get the placement right wherever there is no fielder. So that's a shot really that got him off the mark.
So when we were invited to the Javed Miadad parties after he hit that last ball 6, we were just clapping, and people were giving him presents, carpets, cars also. Well, that's the game we're talking about, 1986. Mum and Dad, as we fondly called him, got us home with a last ball 6. I was bowled by Maninder Singh, by the way. It was an arm delivery. I was looking for a bit of spin. It castled me. Scored 10. Great contribution. 10 was good enough for me because we always knew that Javed Miadad would get us home with that last ball 6. It's 46 for 2 and drinks time here in Sharjah. Sri Lanka lead by 133 after 23 overs. They are 46 for 2. Talha picked up a wicket of Kunuratne, bowled, clean bowled. Sangakkara was caught by Khurram off the bowling of Abdur Rahman. Abdur Rahman has bowled really well, really impressed with his line, with his length. Not much spin. He's bowled good control, 5 maidens, only 5 runs being given away. I thought Talha bowled also quite nicely. Swung the ball in the first few overs, but then he was very controlled, consistently hitting the length. Abdur Rahman will continue. And with me is Mr. Chishti Mujahid. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Viqar, and good afternoon, everyone. Oh dear, this is boring. 46 for 2 after 23 overs and 1 delivery, and you don't need a computer to work that out. The run rate is 1.99. As we would put it, this match seems to be going nowhere.
He's living dangerously. He's tried this shot a couple of times. He got beaten a few times, but he's very committed to this shot. Very full delivery. And look how late he played. He wanted to play in that gap, which is between the short third man and the first slip. He kept really low. He leaned down, played it very nicely, got succeeded at the end.
Well, Silva has been one of the positives for Sri Lanka of this tour. He came into the side 20 and 81 at Abu Dhabi, 95 and 58 at Dubai. And then here, he's done an extremely good job. He got 17 in the first innings, 28 not out here. Part of a new opening pair for Sri Lanka after the retirement of Tilakaratna Dilshan and the non-availability of Uppul Tharanga and Thirimanna. And he and Dimut Karunaratna have paired extremely well and have served Sri Lanka well in this series. Nice little package.
Yeah, in the air, that's a risky stroke, very risky. That's what Abdur Rahman want him to do. End of the over, and that also brings 50 for Sri Lanka. The 50 for 2. Had a good run, the Pacers. Junaid bowled couple, and Talha bowled with a lot of pace and picked up a wicket of Karunaratne. Saeed Ajmal replacing Junaid Khan for the first time in this inning.
As we were talking, Sharjah, a historical ground, 215 one-day internationals here. That's a Guinness record, the Guinness Book of Records. That's the last ball of the previous over. Oops. Dangerously close to the slips. And Abdur Rahman must have torn his hair out. Sharjah has staged the Asia Cup and the Australasia Cup. That was the final of the Australasia Cup when Javed Miandad hit the last ball sixer. But there have been some Pakistan defeats as well. Don't get the wrong impression that Pakistan have already won here, have always won here. In 1985, I remember Imran Khan heading an attack and dismissing India for 125 or 126. And then Pakistan went into bat. Imran took 6 for 14. Pakistan lost that match, by the way. And those are the best figures by a bowler in a losing cause. And the Pakistani batsman once again provided the opposition with the opportunity of a lot of wickets. They were all out for 87. There it is. 125. India. Imran 6 for 14. Azhar 47. And then Pakistan 87.
Were you commentating on that game?
Yes, I was. And
how were you feeling when this whole thing was happening?
Well, I'm a commentator, so I take the good with the bad and the ugly together. No problem.
But I've been feeling pretty bad since yesterday, how this cricket is going on, actually, to be honest.
Yes, lovely.
I'd been commentating for almost 20 years at that time.
Come on,
So I had seen a lot of ups and downs. By the way, Ramiz Raja was the highest scorer in that match, 29. 3 for 17 for Kapil Dev.
That will go for 4. Just quietly. End of the over, 55 for 2.
That's the match summary. Sri Lanka 428 for 9 declared and 55 for 2. Pakistan hit back with 341, all in very slow time. Sri Lanka lead by 142, 8 second wickets in hand. Just telling you a little anecdote about that match when Pakistan lost to India, 125 and 87 all out. In those days, we used to do the television commentary, but had a loose, informal arrangement about the roster. I mean, you carry on and are you tired now? Should I take over? That type of thing. Everything was friendly.
Okay.
As it is now, but it's more organized now. But so my colleague handed it over to me. He says, take it for a few overs or something. And then when he came back, the match had finished. And he said, look, I told you to take over for a few overs, not finish the match. I said, well, that's how I operate.
That's the boundary, the last over, last ball. Just a little nudge to fine leg. Use the pace, use the angle also. Oh, direct hit. That's what Pakistan were hoping. Not sure if that would have been out, but would have been really tight. He jogged the first one, but he realized that Talha was quick and at throwing. Looked pretty laboured at the end, isn't it? Mahela Javardne, what's that? Yeah, he was home, but made him stretch a little bit right at the end. This is a close one. This is a very close one. Is he going to give that? No. They're going to take the review. They have to take it. I think they should take it. Yep, that's the one. They want wicket. They need one wicket. If this comes right, if this comes good for Pakistan, Pakistan will open gates for themselves. No problem there. Never had a problem with the no ball. Did it spin? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think it spun enough. It might have been just hit him outside the line also. I don't think there's any bat involved in that. Where is the impact? Where is the impact? On field. So that's it. And it's going to go on to miss the stumps also. It's a good decision by the umpire. So the commentary box used to be out in the open in the stand, and I still remember playing days, watching from inside and looking out, and there were heaps of people in this stand. This is still the major stand. That's gone over the top. That might have gone all the way for 6, I feel. Yeah, that's gone all the way. That's beautifully struck by Mahela Jayawardene. Got under it very nicely.
What a way to reach 11,000 runs in Test cricket. Mahela Jayawardene. A lovely shot. Bend it down on one knee. Perfect timing. Graceful positioning. Brilliant execution. All the way for 6. In fact, Waqar, in the olden days, if there was a commentary box, radio or television, which was glassed, so some of us had the windows open so that we get the crowds chanting and noises.
Run out chance here. Oh! Misunderstanding between the two. Silva was keen. He was keen to run for one. Mahela, I think he did the right thing. Just a little nudge. Oh, he almost slipped. He's lucky that he just recovered it well. Junaid was very quick. Safely home at the end. But yeah, heart in his mouth.
Silva with that last minute dive, overcoming the disadvantage of being a shorty. Taller man would have reached there more comfortably.
And also I think a taller man would have struggled to turn back also. Because he's short, he had quickly turned back.
Probably.
Bowl him! That's a beauty! Very similar to what we saw in the last test match to Misbah. Just turned enough to get to that off stump. Beautiful delivery from Abdur Rahman to get through the defense of Kaushal Silva.
Yes, that is what he wanted. Perfectly pitched, turned just enough, beat the outside edge of the bat, and bingo! The furniture disturbed, and Kaushal Silva is on his way to the pavilion, and Abdur Rahman is ecstatic. Sri Lanka 66 for 3 after 28. Kaushal Silva gone for 36.
Well, Pakistan picking up the third wicket. Here Sri Lanka leading by 153. Pakistan need more wickets. Chandimal played really well in this series so far. He's come at the crease.
Fine average by Chandimal, 46.64. Good prospect for Sri Lanka, the vice captain. In fact, the named vice captain of the Sri Lankan side. And the wicket of Kaushal Silva, absolute beauty from Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, it was a peach, isn't it? That's what they call it in cricketing words. Peach of a delivery. It's an ideal delivery. That's what the left armers want to see. Pitched middle leg and taken the off stump. Actually, that ball struck in the middle of middle stump and the off stump. Watch that. Drifted in, spun. Thank you. Good job done. Well done, Abdur Rahman.
Stylishly bowled. Very graceful posture for Silva. I'm not quite sure why Herath did not operate like this yesterday, because he was using the rough outside the leg stump. Abdur Rahman using the pitch, right the middle of the pitch.
It has surprised everyone actually that why Rangana Herath didn't operate from this angle. He did get the ball to spin a little bit. You saw yesterday in the last over when he picked up a wicket of Sarfraz, it did spin, got the edge. But Abdur Rahman starting from the same angle, same line, looking to hit that length, making the batsman play, asking him to put the bat on ball. That's where you're going to get the wickets. Yeah, you can't do much about that.
Mahela Jayawardene at the non-striker's end could watch helplessly and in awe. He's reached 11,000 runs in Test cricket with a magnificent 6. And I remember when he was 9,999, he was run out against South Africa going for the 10,000th run. So this time he said, no running around, no waiting around. 67 for 3.
It's been a long test series. And we've gone into all the 5 days of every test match. That's well fielded at short leg. It's been a long series as well. We were involved first in T20 format, then 5 ODIs. Pakistan won that series and then 3 test matches. And we are into the last part, the end part of this, the business part of this series. That's gone. Dismissed. That's more like it. Chandimal has played a lovely uppish drive into the crowds for a massive 6. And that should settle cobwebs for Chandimal, because it was a positive shot.
Yeah, top of the stand. First signs of intent, though it's a tricky time, 15 minutes to tea, 2 new batsmen. But that's a very positive blow. Good decision making.
Catch it is the call. That is sweetly timed into the fence. No need to run for that one, but Mahela will complete the run, because that is how he usually does it. When he's stroked a 4 or a 6, he would just walk to the other end of the stumps and touch the crease and then come back again to take the strike.
Yeah, the signal from Rahman at the deep was a 6. And that's a strange one, because we see it falling inside the boundary line, but Rahman from down there was signaling it was 6. It was good that umpire Ravi did not take his word on it. So from this angle, he'll more or less be pitching in line with the stumps all the time. Not on that occasion, and Chandimal pounces on it, because from the stumps, it's always a risk to play across the line. 87 for 3.
Sri Lanka 175 ahead. Russell, how many more runs you think they're required to put Pakistan back into bat?
It will be in relation to the time remaining and the overs. So if Sri Lanka can get to 300, let's say with 5 overs remaining, I think that would be a good target with on this wearing pitch too. But if it's slow progress, then we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But looking at how Sri Lanka have gone about things, they'll probably first make sure that Pakistan won't be able to get to that scores. So probably even a target of 325. With the 90 overs or 85 overs tomorrow.
So get to 300, they have to score 4 and over from here on. And if they give it to Pakistan straight away tomorrow morning, that means they have to get those runs today. They can't afford to bat tomorrow. This pitch still battable. There's no doubt. Spinners have caused a little bit of trouble, but it's not that it's not manageable. Still very much manageable. So I feel or believe that Sri Lanka might need more than that. I don't think they need more runs. They probably need more overs. I think if they look to get to 300, there will not be enough time to bowl Pakistan out. That's the thing.
Yeah, the other factor that the Sri Lankans will be thinking of is also the run rate. Now, yes, 300 is a good target, but with 125 overs, that lets Pakistan, if they hang in there, that they'll get there. So they will look at tightening up that target too. And rightly so. Because you work yourself into a test match, into a test series. And when you start playing the match, initially you're looking to get into a strong position from where you can dictate terms. So with Pakistan batting as well as they did in that first innings, Sri Lanka have now been asked to do a lot more in this second innings to get into that position. So the initial target basically is, for any team, is to make sure you don't lose a game and then win. Unless the situation really does require that.
What I've seen so far yesterday and today, I don't think Sri Lanka will give more than 80 overs to Pakistan. Doesn't matter what sort of total is it. Anything over 80 overs, they'll feel that Pakistan will go after it. They already 1-0 down in this series. Bowled him, what a delivery. That's a ripper. Full length, coming in delivery. Chandimal was looking to drive. Excellent delivery.
You couldn't have asked for a better start. Fast and straight from Mohammad Talha, but the drive never on because the length wasn't there. He's so impressive, this man. Each time he picks up the ball, you just feel something might happen. He's thrown it away, Chandimal. Sri Lanka are 89 for 4.
This man has been the difference between the two teams. Angelo Matthews, the captain of Sri Lankan team. What a series he had. That 157 came in Abu Dhabi. Match-saving knock. Sri Lanka badly needed him to bat out today at least.
Regular wickets will be stalling Sri Lanka's progress, so I guess it's not a time to really think of that target. Or how many overs, or how much Sri Lanka would like to give Pakistan. It's about batting for the next hour and try and accumulate a few runs and then see what you can do.
Another peach we saw earlier. Abdur Rahman bowling one to Kaushal Silva, which ripped through the defense of Kaushal, but this time around it was Muhammad Talha. Beautiful in-swinger, pitched and came. Chandimal was reluctant. He was late actually. He was very late of thinking that he's going to go forward and look to play that drive. Big gap left between the bat and pad, and Talha went through it.
Yeah, trying to hit on the up. Saw it coming in and then reacted late. But the length not there. It's getting it to swing in late. Talha, 89 for 4.
Sri Lanka is being very slow in this session. 7 overs been bowled, just 7 runs scored, and they've lost 1 wicket. And they're leading 182. All right, we got a change in the commentary box here. Mr. Chishti Mujahid with Mr. Ramiz Raja.
Thank you, Mr. Yunus. It's well picked up at short leg. Saeed Ajmal remains emotionless. He was agitated, very animated in the first innings. This one narrowly missing the inside edge of the bat. Mahela will continue to progress like this. He's quite happy to have a strike rate of less than 50 because Sri Lanka would like to consolidate in a way, even though they lead by 183 but 96 for 4, and you add a couple of wickets to that total and suddenly it becomes a bit tough for Sri Lanka, so they would want to avoid that accident and play out the session as safely as possible. Still 28.4 overs left for the day.
At the rate at which Sri Lanka have gone after tea, which means another 30 runs will be scored till stumps. Which means the lead, well, let's give it 50. The lead will go to about 220. Not enough for Sri Lanka. They would not like to lose any further wickets. Pakistan, in the meantime, on the other hand, would like to get rid of either of this pair, preferably both, and then go through the others. Will this match move into an exciting finish? At the moment, doesn't seem so.
Saw the width, lashed onto it, and it's a boundary to Angelo Matthews. Loose ball from Saeed Ajmal. I think bowlers tend to do that, experiment a little more than required because they're desperate to pick wickets and make a breakthrough. He's in good touch, Angelo Matthews, highest scorer in the series on either side. Back and across, and a fierce cut into the fence.
First boundary since play started after tea. Angelo Matthews, 91 and 157 not out at Abu Dhabi, 42 in Dubai. It is 100 for 4. Matthews got 91 in the first innings here.
Sri Lanka are 188 runs ahead, and Pakistan in need of some solid blows. They removed 4 of their batsmen. Need more success in this session, and a quick success. Mahela's wicket will be the key.
Yes, lad.
After Murli before.
हाँ माने जी.
उसमें कितने मुरली के साथ जब था with Murli and without.
Come on, boys.
Catch it.
Sweep shot will earn him a 4. It's a well-constructed sweep shot because he went inside the line of that delivery from Abdur Rahman and beat the man at fine sweep. That front foot went just a little bit away towards the offside to get that ball in front of square. A lovely piece of placement from Mahela. He's into the 30s now, 32.
Very well done, very well done.
Umpire Kettleborough surveying the horizon.
That's a poor delivery from Abdur Rahman. Didn't have to create the sweep shot this time. It was there for him to hit it. Just over trying a little bit against Mahela. Because Pakistan realized the importance of his scout. Yeah, a little bit more flat and misfired it down the leg side.
Yes, that's what he wanted to do. Good delivery, that one, but well judged, well left. 50 overs bowled, 106 for 4.
Sri Lankans have put the shutters down completely. Look at the session run rate, 1.28, and Ranjit, you're hoping or you're thinking that Sri Lanka will get to 240 or 250. I doubt it. Although there are 18 overs remaining, the way they're going, big doubts. In the air, oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped the dolly. That was easy. Can't believe that.
Well, just a gift, I think. He was just moving in the right direction, and things are certainly not going his way on the field. Just look at it again. Just pushed at it, he moved correctly, and what a miss. It is a spill which might cost Pakistan dearly.
Stiff back, he didn't go down. He should have just bent down a little bit more. Just try to grab it rather than going down and taking it easily, comfortably. That's unbelievable.
Matthews has had his share of luck in this test match. He was dropped before scoring in the first innings by Talha, and this time just a dolly. Oh, you could see that it was his tired legs or the lack of effort.
I think it's the back. He should have gone down a little bit further. He's got a lot of bandages on his hands also. That's no good. No good at all at this level. It's going to hurt Pakistan. It's hurting him at the moment. If you can't catch that, I'm sorry to say, that's not good enough for Test match cricket.
This is the time that Pakistan needs people to put their hands up and sort of make that little bit more effort, because that wicket really would have pushed Sri Lanka back. It meant 112 for 5.
Especially on a surface like this, when the fast bowlers are really charging in and putting their maximum effort, giving their 100%, fielders need to be on their toes.
So despite this effort to try and get the Sri Lankans and not really getting the results, the captain, Misbah, has certainly been very much active. He's been driving the bowlers, sort of egging them on, and showing a lot of inspirational leadership. There you are, you could see him. You don't see him do that often. He's not a great emotional chap, but say, when the time comes, certainly been at it.
Right in.
113 for 4.
The last session has been a good one for Sri Lanka. They could easily have been 2 wickets down had that catch been taken by Khurram Manzoor. And you've got to mention that time and time again, because that can prove to be a turning point. We're talking about Angelo Matthews being dropped, who's the highest run getter in this series.
It's not an easy time to bat, so maybe he just didn't want to go in by picking up those catches. I was just trying to see the lighter side of it. Mohammad Talha replaces Junaid Khan. Yeah, the coaches cannot do much, out on the field. But with what was happening around the Australian camp, leading up to the last Ashes and over the last year, I think he did, the most important thing he did was creating a better environment and probably even bringing Watson and Clark together. Yeah, we're not all friends, but you come together for a cause, and that's what's important. You want to play cricket with your friends, go play in the park. Play with the tape ball or the tennis ball.
Straight away you feel the difference, the ball hitting the bat harder and climbing up just a little bit more. Mahela was quite aware of what was happening around him. He quickly turned around to make sure that the ball was not going to strike his stumps. He was ready to make sure that that ball is deflected off the stumps, either with his bat or with his boot. You can't handle it with your hands. That is called handling the ball. You can be given out. Pakistan 1-0 behind Sri Lanka. We've lamented about their batting, and well, they've dropped 8 chances. Some tough ones, some not so tough ones in this test series. This is Sarfraz behind the stumps, and Hafiz missed one at first slip, and then Angelo Matthews was dropped when he was on not, and this today probably the simplest of the lot. That's beautifully put away. What a good shot from Mahela Jayawardene. Once he got into position, then it was all too easy for Mahela to execute that full shot. It wasn't a proper bouncer also from Tala. Came at just the right height for Mahela. Have a look at this one. Into his rib cage, and how well he got inside the line of that one. Good roll of the wrist. The balance was great. Everything so right about that pull.
Yeah, for once he got it wrong, because he's made every delivery count, more or less, especially the short one, getting it above the eye line of the batsman.
He's got to direct them just a little bit better. That was an easy leave for Mahela. On 45, got runs in the first innings also.
He's recovered well. Recovered really well after a horror first test match. It was a test match to forget. Bilal Bhatti really worked him over, but he showed the class, he showed the mental strength required to come up, especially from such an embarrassment.
Oh, a little bit of inside edge, and the umpire, I think, reads it well. It's S. Ravi, who's not done a bad job at all. There were clearly two sounds. I don't think Pakistan are going to review this. Nevertheless, a great Yorker from Tala. He's not convinced, and he doesn't know the reason why that wasn't addressed to the DRS technology or the ORS technology. 123 for 4. 8 wickets fell today in 76.4 overs. Saeed Ajmal will continue to bowl in his 15th over. There's a loud appeal from Mohammad Tala. This was a good in-swinging, full-length delivery. Maybe the bat hitting the toe. And this wasn't given by the umpire. I personally felt that there was a wood sound to it. And it appeared as if the ball had taken the inside edge of the bat. Impact in line. Is it missing the stumps? On-field call. It would have just kissed the leg stump. Oh, very close indeed. Mohammad Tala was right in feeling the pinch, the hit. Why wasn't it referred was his point to Misbah and to the keeper, I think, who decided against the case.
Yes, so Fras's signal to Mohammad Tala was that it was onside. So they did know there was no bat in it, though there were two sounds. Jayawardene ends up hitting his own foot with the bat. That's the call. No help from the man behind the stumps. But then looking at Hawkeye, there's not enough evidence to overturn it in favor of Mohammad Tala. Jayawardene has been lucky. I say lucky because he showed a lot of class in standing out and making runs, but his injury, now that's a tricky one, and generally it's very tender out there. He's not had any issues with it. He's batted a long time with it strapped together, but life has been good with it. It can easily open up and become a hindrance and a problem for a long time, but he's still got the stitches in because it happened on the 8th of January, on the first day of the second test. And since he was going to be using it, the medical advice was that the stitches stay in for 2 weeks, much longer than it normally would, but in this instance he still got them in, and it's not caused any bother, or it's been healing well. So he's been lucky in that sense that he's got through it.
And it's an excellent excuse also not to change nappies. He's got an injured hand. 125 for 4.
Run rate in this Sri Lankan inning has been pretty poor. 1.91 per over. That's how they've scored. Okay, it's the first time we're seeing the two spinners bowling together. Abdur Rahman is taken over from Mohammad Talha. I think this newer ball, or the harder ball should I say, will help Abdur Rahman's cause. He'll probably get those arm balls going.
Yes, he's been the one who's most likely to take a wicket, and always kept the Sri Lankans interested. See, it was that last half shout, inside edge onto the pads.
Oh, waiting.
Mahela so far has shown immense powers of concentration. There's been no indiscretion whatsoever in the manner in which he has played.
Little bit quicker in that last delivery. 94 kilometers an hour is 126 for 4.
So this partnership of 37 made in 171 balls. It's quite a test of the patience from the batsman.
Side by.
Well, the couple of opportunities came in Pakistan's way. They could have easily taken. That was a run out. Mahela could have been easily gone. He was well short of his crease. Azhar Ali was the man who threw the ball, and this one. This was probably the easiest one. A little chip from Angelo Matthews. These two batsmen could have been easily back in the heart. Watch that. Simplest of the catches. And could have been another one also, but umpire S. Ravi decided that that's not going to hit the stump. There you go. It was pretty straightforward decision. I don't know what Mr. S. Ravi was thinking. That you could clearly see that ball's heading toward the stumps. He's been very hesitant, Ravi, that giving decisions. There have been so many on-field calls that he has ruled against them. I still feel that that one bad decision, the one 2 days ago, which he gave the LBW, which was going over the top of the stumps, has really made him think that am I going to give LBWs or not? Is he just going to go over the top, or is he going to miss the stumps? There's so many doubts in his mind. That's why he's been very reluctant to give LBWs. There have been few actually, and Saeed Ajmal was screaming his lungs out. That's a beauty.
Very well bowled.
Oh, he's been bowling a lot of the doosras now, looking to try and exploit whatever rough there is around the leg stump. There you are. And well played indeed. Again, smothering whatever spin. Soft hands.
Edge and taken. I'm sure it's taken. That's Azhar Ali, the man at short leg. That ball spun sharply inside edge onto the pad and beautifully taken.
Oh, Mahela Jayawardene, the long vigil coming to an end. A very, very good delivery, just spinning sharply. Jayawardene just a little tentative, playing with a firmer hand, and the ball carrying to that forward short leg. Fine delivery, great flight inside edge and then off the pad. Very, very good catch indeed. Stayed low and not the easiest of catches taken. Ajmal, he has succeeded. Jayawardene's very, very fine innings under different circumstances coming to an end. Sri Lanka 127 for 5.
Can Pakistan find another wicket? That would be icing on the cake. Prasanna Jayawardene comes at the crease. Batted quite superbly in this series so far.
So when there's always a new batsman at the crease, there's excitement out there in the middle. Fielders once again a new lease of life. And very alert. See a slip and a gully now to Matthews.
That ball drifting very nicely. Should I say that this is a worrying sign for Pakistan, not for Sri Lanka, for Pakistan, because that one turned very sharply. A man who has batted for a long time couldn't really control the stroke. Good catch by Azhar. And watch Mahela walking. He just saw Azhar Ali catching that ball and he was on his way. He didn't need to see the umpire.
Yes, he's earned a reputation for being a walker, and as soon as the catch was taken, just disappointed with himself only, nodding his head and walked away. Plenty of turn into the over. Oh no, one more to go. In fact, Waka, I would be inclined to agree with you. I think it's Pakistan that really has to worry now, because their ease turn on this pitch. Sri Lanka have made 214 runs, although they might think that it's really not enough. Considering history here, Sri Lanka certainly are very much in a strong position. 127 for 5.
Bit slow for Mahela Jayawardene's liking. He scored only 46 of 144 balls. Oh, was that a catch? Was that a catch? The replay will only tell us. Turned sharply and bounced.
Yes, for the reaction of the fielders who felt that something may have touched. Yes, I think it was the glove. Yes, certainly was.
Suddenly, since this ball is changed, the harder ball has come. It's a different ball game. Watch that spinning and bouncing. Not spin is not an issue. It's the bounce. Definite glove on it.
Suddenly looks as if the surface, which was fast asleep, has come to life, and everything's happening with the spinners.
Watch your side by. Come on, side by. Come on, side by.
Pakistan had a really poor run when you talk about the fielding. Pakistan have dropped 9 catches in this series. That's no good.
Yeah, he certainly would have to worry about Pakistan's fielding in this series, because they've had a spate of dropped catches. One would say that with the effort that is put in these days by specialist coaches, the players themselves, you would expect a far lesser number of percentage misses.
Come on, side by.
I don't think he'll be worried, Russell. He's leaving after tomorrow.
Going nowhere. Watch it.
End of the 70th over is 128 for 5. Lead by 215 Sri Lanka. Edged. And this might go for 4. Sri Lanka will take every run now from here on.
Yes, even if it means edges, because runs have not been easy to come by. Again, just look at the turn here. Not much bounce though, and as a result didn't carry. It should have stopped it if he hadn't really got the catch. Didn't have it covered.
One thing is good for Sri Lanka at the moment is that Angelo Matthews is at the crease. He knows what's happening. And he will know exactly when to
Well done, boy.
declare. He's seeing that bounce, he's seeing that turn. Make it easier for him to make a decision.
Yes, I think this is why I think Test cricket is such an exciting thing, because from a situation where everything was quiet, was drab and dull, it's suddenly gone alive and everyone's excited. See, even the team out there, the fielders, very much alive.
Well, no doubt we had a couple of dull days, but I'm really looking forward for tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. I think we'll have a result. I hate to see games getting drawn.
Yes, particularly after you've spent 5 days of 90 overs each, isn't it?
Not only 5 days, but 3 test matches we had. They were all 5-day games. You know, normally nowadays the game finishes in 4 days or 3.5 days. This series has been a long one. And we had an extra time also. It's almost 5:30 and we're still here. 133 for 5.
एक लेके जानिए come on यार Dubai we play day and night for 3 hours can't play 8 minutes
Can't complain, Matthew. We play 4 hours.
we play 4 hours night cricket in Dubai
With rain also.
I think the umpires have offered the light, or is it the fourth umpires going in there taking the light meter? I can see the light meter in the fourth umpire's hand, but I can also see the batsmen, the fielders are walking toward the dressing room. I have a feeling that the umpires they have not officially called the stumps yet, but they're going to keep an eye. They've asked for the meter because they feel that it's a little dark. The artificial light has started taking over, so I have a feeling that they're not going to wait for long, because we only got what 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes to the end of play. So they'll be just thinking. Even if they have to call them back, I don't think we have a time. I think it's stumps now. Okay. The official verdict is that it's been stumps for today. That's it for today. 71 over has been bowled in the Sri Lankan's inning, and 133 for 5. It's been a very hard work for the batsmen out there, especially in the last session. Ball has started spinning, turning. Prasanna Jayawardene is out there. Angelo Matthews, who's faced 99 deliveries for his 14 runs, is out there. Pakistani bowlers, I thought, was superb, Ranjit.
Oh, they've been wonderfully good, because they've really kept Pakistan in the game. Of course, Sri Lanka with the lead of 220 certainly have it tilted very much in their favour. But the hopes of Pakistan still making a match of this, I think, is certainly around, purely because their bowlers have in fact pulled back Sri Lanka's run rate or scoring rate to a virtual standstill, and also picked up wickets regularly. And now with the ball spinning, the Sri Lankans certainly must be fancying their chances in this test match. But again, all you need is just 2 or maybe 3 players to score big and play some attractive cricket, and Pakistan are also in with a chance. So there's exciting play for you tomorrow.
Definitely. I'm with you, Ranjit. I think we are up for a big day tomorrow. Fair enough, we had a couple of dull days, but tomorrow, the 5th day, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, I think will be exciting. So, we've got a game for you tomorrow. It's going to be a very important day for both teams, especially for Sri Lanka. When do they declare? When do they attack Pakistan? Is spinning, is bouncing. So stay tuned tomorrow. Come back and watch this. Till then, it's good night from here.